Ma'am, what are you expecting from the court today, ma'am?
We're hoping for justice. We're hoping that the Supreme Court takes cognizance of this case. What happened in High Court was very and sad and embarrassing for us to see this poor girl, the victim, who has already suffered so much, to be running pillar to post and trying to protest as per. I mean, she's sitting in Jantar Mantar, she's sitting outside the court. I don't think she needs to go through this all over again. It's been so many years. She was given justice and it was snatched away from her. We're hoping that the Supreme Court comes through.
Patience of yours today, ma'am. What are you expecting from the court? What should happen?
We're hoping for a positive response. We want Kuldeep Sengar back in jail, and in fact, we would want him to be hanged. And this should be the punishment for all rapists, because enough is enough now.
Ma'am, political leaders coming over here, do you think that the quest for justice might get tainted a bit if at all the politics gets into it, ma'am?
Tell me something, the government, which is supposed to be looking after the rights of these women, of this victim, today if the Prime Minister and the Home Minister do not have the time also to meet this girl, and if opposition party leaders and workers or people come out, why are you politicizing this? The opposition has the right to speak up. At least the leader of the opposition on humanitarian grounds met her when she wanted to. Rahul Gandhi ji met her. He's not here politicizing it. So I think the media should also play a balanced role and not make it political, because the entire country is watching this case. And today I am standing here as a woman. I'm a mother. I have daughters. I can see the plight of this girl, and I think the country should see what she's being made to go through. It is shameful and unfortunate that देश की बेटियां, आप बेटियां बचाने की बात करते हैं और ये हालत है देश की बेटियों की.
Judge of High Court have not applied their mind. That is very disturbing thing. And now I see that the Supreme Court is going to reverse the order of the High Court, Delhi High Court judgment, and see to it that, of course, perpetrator, that is Kuldeep Sengar, his sentence on him will be restored back.
Sir, but are you not scared or apprehensive that political parties getting into this entire matter could make this entire issue political and derail her quest for justice?
No, political.
Take this across to Anshul, who continues to be with us on the broadcast. Anshul, you just spoke to Mumtaz Patel, and Congress is going all guns blazing. However, they are wanting to ensure that this doesn't just get dyed down in a political sort of a color, and it's not a fight of the Congress against the Bharatiya Janata Party. There is a verdict that's come out of the Delhi High Court, and an entire nation seems to be outraged because of that verdict, because it is plainly appalling, and it's a travesty of judgment and justice for that matter. Any favorable results that might emerge from the Supreme Court will give this case a fresh lease of life, and that is what the entire nation is hoping, the survivor is hoping. When you had spoken to the family members of the survivor, what were they expecting from the Supreme Court today?
The family members continue to narrate their entire ordeal as to how difficult has been the last 7 to 8 years since the time the tragic incident happened in Unnao, and since then they have been facing a lot of issue when it comes to the security of their family members, when it comes to getting the jobs that were promised, when it comes to how the kids of the victim, they are also being made to suffer from this very tragic incident, and since then life has not gotten back on track. So out here at the Supreme Court, the larger expectation of the family, or the larger hope of the family, is that somewhere or the other they get that normalcy that is required in their life back. But that will be a question that will not necessarily be deemed upon today itself. Today the Supreme Court will be hearing that if at all the bail that has, or the suspension of sentence that has happened, is that legally valid? Is that something that can be done in POXO cases, where if at all an MP and MLA is an accused, then will he be treated as a public servant? This is a big question that the Supreme Court will have to answer, and this will actually set a massive precedence and help others also who have been facing such cases as well. So whatever decision that will come in from the Supreme Court, if at all the Supreme Court goes ahead and strike down the decision that has, or the order of the High Court, then it is going to be a big victory, not only for this victim but also for several other victims who might have had to face the same issues because of the loopholes in the laws of the land. So the decision that will come in from the Supreme Court is definitely going to have a massive impact on the legal bearing of not only this case but also of hundreds of cases that might be going on in different parts of the country.
Right, absolutely. And Arunima, we have mentioned before our viewers that 11 is when the bench assembled. It's 11:30 now. How soon can we start hearing observations coming out of the Supreme Court?
Well, any moment now, item number 3 and 4 deal with the Unnao case, the SLP that has been filed by the CBI. So any moment now, you could hear the bench taking up this particular case. That the Unnao survivor herself, along with her legal team, are inside the courtroom. They would want to be given a chance to speak. So though CBI is the primary litigant in this matter, CBI has challenged the Delhi High Court order. The survivor survivor and her legal team too want to be heard, because they allege that the investigating team of CBI colluded with the suspects, colluded with the accused in this particular matter. They are hoping for, the Unnao survivors team is hoping for a stay order from the Supreme Court today itself. The other possibility could be that a stay may not be granted and notice is issued to Kuldeep Singh Sengar. So that the survivor would think that it's a setback for her. The CBI could also feel that it's a setback. They're definitely hoping for some relief to come in today itself. And because this case has been taken with such urgency, it's the vacation bench that is taking up. The regular court is not, they have not waited for the regular bench to assemble before taking up the matter. So the urgency that is being shown is making the survivors team hopeful that perhaps there could be a stay order and the Delhi High Court's order giving relief to Kuldeep Sengar could be put on hold today after the Supreme Court hears the matter.
When you had been conversing with members of the Central Bureau of Investigation, Arunima, while they were in fact reeling from the impact and the bad name that this case was given the CBI, particularly after the High Court verdict, what is it that they were really saying about filing this appeal? Was the CBI really cornered and that is what led them to file this appeal before the Supreme Court, or they were already planning on doing that when the verdict came out of the Delhi High Court?
So the sequence of event I can narrate to you. After the detailed copy, the certified copy of the Delhi High Court order was made available, the first reaction was that we'll have to wait and see on what ground the High Court decided that this was a fit case for suspension of sentence. Once that order laid bare that it was a technical definition of public servant, that was the basis, that was the cornerstone of the Delhi High Court order, the CBI decided that it had to challenge this order. There were question marks on CBI's investigating team as well. In the order also, it has been noted that the victim and the IO were not on the same page, and for that the Unnao survivor has given a complaint to the CBI as well. So when he asked that question of the agency, their contention was that the IO cannot really be faulted, or even the prosecuting team cannot really be faulted, because this was a very technical issue. It is true that under POCSO Section 5, if you look at the POCSO Act, it says you should pick up the definition of public servant from 3 acts, which is the IPC, the CRPC and the Income Tax Act. There is no provision of picking up the definition from Prevention of Corruption Act, which the trial court had relied upon. So strictly if you go by the law book, strictly if you go by the legal term, you can't really fault either the court or the prosecution or even the investigating team. The onus is now on the Supreme Court, and that's what CBI is hoping for, that by citing L.K. Advani's case where, the Supreme Court ruled that yes, a public servant is someone, even though the broad definition within IPC Section 21 does not mention an MP or an MLA. In that case, the definition of public servant was broad-based, and CBI is now arguing that if for corruption you're going to hold a public servant within the definition, an MLA within the definition of public servant, then how can heinous crimes like murder and rape escape that scrutiny? That's the argument with which CBI has come to the apex court today. Whether that argument is acceptable, whether the court will for times to come set out a broad definition of who a public servant is for cases like rape, murder or gang rape, that's the very big question today. It's not just about Unnao survivor, it's also about all others who would be wanting justice in times to come.
Right, absolutely. Do stay on with us, Arunima. We have a reaction coming in from the survivor's mother. Let's take a look at that.
मेरी इतना परिवार खोया है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट पर भरोसा है, हाई कोर्ट पर भरोसा है, पर हाई कोर्ट के सब बेंच थोड़ो भी गई, खाली 2 जज ने मेरे साथ गलत किया, मेरे को हिसाब नहीं दिवाया। एक धर्मेंद्र शर्मा 30,000 थे, धर्मेंद्र शर्मा जज, वो तो 30,000 हमको न्याय मिला था, और जो न्याय रहा तो बीच में 2 जजों ने छीन लिया। एक 5 पाम रही मेरे घर में पड़ी है, 10 साल हो गए सर।
आज आपको उम्मीद है?
हम यहाँ खड़े हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर, हमको न्याय का भरोसा है।